And so we enter another outdoor season in professional motocross. Cool nights indoors give way to long and grueling motos in the crucible of heat during the dog days of summer. It'll be a welcome change of scenery, but it seems likely the storylines of Supercross and last year's outdoor season will continue. Pala Raceway, also known as Fox Raceway, was built in an old rock quarry, the 300-acre site of a rock and sand mine, some 45 years previous before shutting down. It opened in April 2009 and became a major motocross venue in 2010 when it hosted the Pro Motocross Championship finale. In the decade and change since, it has come to vie with the legendary Glen Helen as a local ride spot, but not as a national venue. Nothing could truly replace the storied history and grandeur of the mountainous Glen Helen. The reason the storied races featuring the Talladega first turn and the 2,000-foot tall and 20-story drop down Mount St. Helen are no more are varied, convoluted, and somewhat shrouded in secrecy. And that is assuredly another video altogether. Truth, I'd far rather ride Pala. It's kind of like Elsinore, but less baked out, with butter dirt, despite being developed on the site of a former rock quarry. Glen Helen is most often like riding on the surface of the goddamn moon. And when prepped for the turn of the century nationals, effing scary fast. But I'm damn glad I've bombed up and down the hills of that overridden, whooped out, legendary hellhole of a track. Pala's origins began when original promoter Ryan Ouellette approached the tribe in the early 2000s about building a track on the land south of where the casino was to be built, receiving a permit in 2006 for the abandoned quarry property. The impending major recession to come in 2009 coincided with the opening of the facility, with the original ambitious plans truncated a bit due to the economic climate. The facility served as the host venue for the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship finale over the course of back-to-back seasons in 2010 and 2011. Providing the area north of San Diego its first race since the final Carlsbad Grand Prix in 1982. Since then, the track has remained a hotbed for local racers as well as pros, who can often be found spinning laps on the sprawling property, testing and training. In 2018, Fox Racing secured a partnership with the Band of Mission Indians, and the facility was renamed Fox Raceway. In 2010 and 2011, Pala was the site of the closing round of the outdoor series, with then Suzuki-mounted Ryan Dungey winning both years.
Ryan Dungey has a championship locked up coming into this, but Brett Metcalf and Andrew Short are still battling for second and third in the series. Short, no surprise, grabs their first moto hole shot. Metcalf's got to work his way through traffic. He does. He's got to get around a very stubborn Ryan Sipes. By the time he gets through, Short has already lost the lead to Dungey. So now the battle is on for second and third. Folks, Ryan Dungey wins Moto 1. Let's go to Moto 1-1 for Ryan Dungey. That's 10 wins in his rookie season. That is a new record. The previous record was held by Ricky Carmichael, so that's a pretty impressive one to break. But
in 2010, Dungey clinched his own rookie national championship, while Ryan Villopoto would finish second behind the rival Ryan to secure the 2011 outdoor crown.
Class championship still up for grabs between the Ryans, Villopoto and Dungey. The Ryans were battling each other coming through traffic. Villopoto even made a big mistake at one point when his hands came off the bars. He managed to save it and rally late to get around Dungey and Barcia to take a clutch moto win. Dungey would get Barcia as well to finish second, but that gives Villopoto a commanding 17-point lead heading into the final moto of the year. Dungey is going to go 2-1 on the day to win his 4th race of the year, but he's going to come up 12 points short in the championship. Well-deserved and hard-fought championship for Ryan Villopoto on the Monster Energy Kawasaki, your new 450 class champion for 2011.
Paulo was nominally replaced on the schedule for Lake Elsinore for the next couple of years. And then Glen Helen rejoined the series from 2014 to 2018, before Paulo once again replaced the round the following season. Eli Tomac swept the first revisit to the venue in 2019.
In the closing stage of the race, charges up the inside, able to still stick the inside line, make the pass, and Eli, another victory.
Second moto win in 3 motos run so far this year. That was a statement type ride because he had a lot of his contenders in front of him and he's able to track them down.
This is when Tomac was able to get it done on Muscat, down that fast boulevard that we talked about all day.
And from there would pull away. That was the second half of the race. Marvin held him for a lot of it. But this is how Eli generally wins races. It's what he does in the last few minutes that makes all the difference. It was the same story in Moto 1 where he was as far back as 6th, but was able to rally and win it. And with the double moto sweep, it makes the math easy.
In 2020, Chase Sexton moved up to the 450 class. And he and Tomac had split Paulo wins like the loot from a heist, until another Honda rider moved up last year.
While Tomac, after getting the second, tracks his teammate Cianciarulo down. Cianciarulo did everything he could to hold him off, but eventually Tomac made an opening. Cianciarulo kept it close for another lap, but eventually the champion was able to pull away. It's over as far as the 4-peat, but it is not over as far as winning races and finding that form for Eli Tomac. For our final moto of the season, Cianciarulo's starts have been on point this summer. And he leads Christian Craig and Chase Sexton to the first couple of corners, and those 3 would battle for the majority of this race.
And then Chase Sexton, well, he's able to get it done. See how happy he is.
Yeah. First time ever that he's a winner in the 450 class. What a way to end the rookie campaign. And here is Osborne bringing it across 7th place. More than enough to win the championship that he managed so well.
Sexton took his first of 2 Paulo wins in 2020 and another in 2022. In 21 and 22, Paulo races bookended the national schedule, both opening and closing the season. Eli added wins in the September races in 21 and 22 for a total of 3 wins. Only Dylan Ferrandis broke up the streak, winning his first ever 450 national at the Paulo season opener in 2021. Springboarding him towards his own successful title chase.
First moto of the season. There's Ferrandis, as he said, in Supercross you start on metal greats. It's his first dirt start in a race on a 450, and he started well in 2nd. But Adam Cianciarulo unreal early on.
Yeah, he was just fine going on the track where no one else was and just carrying such great speed. Pulled out a nice lead, and then this happened off the drop-off. A good little knock. He was able to get up. You see he had a nice, comfortable lead, but that evaporated.
So after that, it leaves Webb in the number 1 spot. They get around the down Cianciarulo. Ferrandis gets around Webb, takes the lead. We thought it was over. Last 2 laps, Chase Sexton on the red 23, an unbelievable charge. Checkered flag is coming up. He's still charging. He gets side by side and almost rips the lead away from Ferrandis at the line. The final margin of victory, 1/10. In this one, here's Ferrandis making some key passes. He's going to surprise Zach Osborne here with a move to get in position for the overall.
Yeah, that was a really good move there. Ferrandis really.
And Roxon was able to bring it home from there. He wins Moto 2. He was 6th in Moto 1, and that will make him 2nd overall today. He tied Plessinger on points. They both scored 40 championship points. Dylan Ferrandis scored 45 by taking a 1st and a 3rd.
And then came 2023, and the closing Paulo race, for a 12th national at any venue, was next for the new SMX series. And in something even bigger for the sport, Chet Lawrence moved to the 450 class.
Sexton Sexton kept the heat on the whole way, but could not figure out a way to get around or show Lawrence a wheel. This is coming down to the stripe. That's how close it was. But Jet Lawrence is going to do it. Fastest qualifier, 2 hole shots, and 1-1 Moto scores in his 450 debut. And now he finally lets the celebration out as he comes across the line.
Though the 2023 season opener marked Lawrence's first big bike outdoor win, designations aside, and of course began a string of victories, matched only by the iconic Ricky Carmichael and James Stewart. Some attributed the victory to Lawrence's long since demonstrated prowess at Pala. Jet swept all 4 races at Fox Raceway on a 250 in the 21 and 22 seasons. He won 5 of 8 motos, dropping 2 to Jeremy Martin and 1 to Joe Shimoda.
Second in the moto, we thought he might put his head down and try to make a run at Lawrence. Couldn't do it. Lawrence just kept pulling away. Final margin of victory about 7 seconds. And that's the 2 race wins in a row if you date back to Monster Energy Supercross when he won the Dave Coons East-West Showdown in Utah. And there's the emotion on that young man's face.
Lawrence starts to work his way through, and as he goes by, very smooth, and immediately put up a 2 to 3 second lead in about 4 turns. So Jet Lawrence leading off with that, obviously why he has a number 1 place.
Another Lawrence Brothers 1-2, and the number 1 is 1-1 at round 1 here at Fox Raceway.
And oh yeah, last year's 250 winner, you might recall, was big brother Hunter Lawrence.
And the season's underway outdoors. It looked like a bunch of Kawasaki's getting in it. This will only be the second time ever. Hunter Lawrence wins the overall here at Fox Raceway. Second win of his career. Overall, was shocked by that number.
Making it 6 victories in a row for the Lawrence brothers at the venue. Jet Lawrence, of course, will ride into the 2024 outdoor season on the monstrous wave of 22-0 and his first Supercross crown. Chase Sexton gave both himself and preseason conjecture a sizable boost with a decisive win at the Supercross finale. But that has just a touch of shadow from Jet only needing to finish 17th and riding to a quite unhurried 7th place finish. Both star Yamaha contenders, sadly, will be missing from the gate, with both Eli Tomac and Cooper Webb on the sidelines for an indefinite time. But lurking in another shadow altogether is the dark horse of Justin Cooper. Last year, Jet dominated the first moto and was only challenged by his then Honda teammate Chase in the second race. Sexton cannot be altogether discounted this week. He enters with a 3-race Pala podium streak after finishing second to Jet last year, second to Tomac in September of 22, and winning the May race that same season. Hunter will undoubtedly be in the mix as well, as will a third Honda rider, only 3 years removed from his own rookie championship in the Big 4 class. Well, Jet was the first freshman to go undefeated in his rookie season. He was certainly not the first rookie to win the motocross title. Like Ryan Dungey had done in 2010, Dylan Ferrandis dominated the 2021 season with Star Yamaha, winning half of his 12 starts that year, including the season opener in May. He returned that fall to finish second behind Tomac, then finished second in the final standings again last season. Now riding with the Lawrences, their family compound, and receiving backdoor factory support from Honda, Ferrandis states that he is much more comfortable on the red bike, and he could also occasionally vie with Jet for moto and overall wins if the stars were to align on any given day. And again, Justin Cooper, along with Aaron Plessinger, Jason Anderson, and a handful of others, will show flashes of brilliance. And in only his sophomore season, on the heels of last year's perfect campaign, and the Supercross crown, the 7th straight championship, there's every indication that we're in for another summer of Lawrence. And we might not see the number 18 on Jet's bike for a long time to come. He's clearly now number 1. And hey, if you like this video, please like this video. Leave a comment below. I like those. Meanwhile, thanks for watching this.
It's definitely a good feeling. Winning is good, but no, I think it's just it's good because all the hard work I've been putting in is finally like I can prove it to everyone that I'm not just a kid with talent. So I've been really putting the work in, and it's really starting to pay off, thankfully. And so and it's awesome to get the red plate finally. So it's a good feeling. I just need to make sure I do it the same thing at the next 22 races. So yeah.